Good evening, viewers. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Today we have a special personality. She's a teacher, magistrate, and journalist. We'll discuss about her life and profile. Iffat, welcome in our show.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Please tell our viewers about your childhood and your early education.
Right, Nazir, I was born in Lahore, Pakistan. I did my secondary education from Girls High. I was very competitive, always want to be first in the class and want to win or achieve the best student of the year award, always. From there, I moved to Lahore College for Women, where I did my first degree. I studied there psychology, biology, statistics. And then I decided to carry on with psychology. I like psychology. And then finally, I did my master's degree in child psychology from Government College, Lahore, because I always want to pursue my career in teaching.
And all the way from Pakistan to United Kingdom, how you came here in this country?
Yes, as soon as I finished my studies, I got married and came into Sheffield. Sheffield was the always city. Since I came here in 1984, I am in Sheffield. Believe me, when I came into Sheffield, I was very disappointed. To me, Sheffield was just like a village for me. I was from Lahore. Lahore at that time, but still now, it was a very lively city. I just left my university life, my social life. When I came here, I can't see any right person, my age group here. And the people usually can't speak English at that time. The families I meet can't speak English properly. When I start speaking Urdu with them, even they can't understand me. The language they speak, I can't understand. And I asked my husband, which language they speak? I can't understand. He said, it's Pahari language. It's Mirpuri language. So what is Mirpuri language? Where are they from? He said, they're from Mirpur. Mirpur, where is that? Imagine, since I was in Pakistan, I never ever heard about Mirpur.
So it was a new discovery for you?
Exactly, for me, yes. And 2 months, believe me, very hard time. I had very hard time. No social life for me, even no restaurants where I can go and socialize to eat some food. And at that stage, I can't cook anything. Just I can boil rice and make some dal.
We'll come to that point. It's an interesting situation. Who was your ideal when every student have their ideals when they're doing studies? So at that time, who was ideal personality in your life?
First of all, I would say my mother, who inspired me to go for higher education. And my ideal was my psychology teacher in university. She was qualified in USA. That's the reason she was different from other teachers. Her style of teaching, way of talking, the way of, her get-up is amazing. So I decided I want to be like that.
What's her name, please?
That was Madam Kossa.
Okay.
Yeah. And Alhamdulillah, today, right, with the blessing of God, with the support of my family, my community, I am doing the same job as her.
So pursuing a teaching career in this country, how difficult was to switching your education from all the way from Pakistan to here and setting yourself in this educational system? So how difficult it was?
Right, because I did my degree in psychology, especially in child psychology, so it wasn't that difficult for me. It's just a matter of some experience in the education in this country. I started my career from Abidal Grange School in 1987. I did a volunteer job there, and I teach there for 1 year. During my teaching experience, I explored too many things. The challenge was, at that time, was behavior in the classroom. And I believe, there is always a cause behind each and every act. Why child behave like that? Must be some reason. Either they are not interested in the lessons, they might have some problems at home, they might have not proper sleep. So believe me, there was one student, she was always sleepy during the lessons. She can't concentrate in the lessons, and I was so surprised at why teachers didn't take any action. And then I talked to her and talked to her parents, and they told me the mom is very ill. She's only 14 years old, and she look after her younger brothers and sisters, 4 younger brothers and sisters, and she cook for them, she look after them. She have no time for herself. She can't have proper sleep. So she had black circles in her eyes. And then I told them, look, right, education is more important for her, and you should contact the social services. They can provide that service for you, someone who can care for you. And the teachers, they were amazing, you know. I pointed out that girl, which they can't. I used different techniques, teaching techniques for them, and they were so surprised. Okay, I have no previous experience, how I can use those techniques. And Alhamdulillah. And then after that, you can say it's a miracle, it's my destiny, it's a blessing of God. A head teacher from Firth Park School approached me, offered me a job. And Nazir, believe me, I never ever applied for any job in this country. Always people approached me.
You are lucky, because people
lucky.
always say
Yes.
they have to print out millions and thousands of copies of CVs, and after a few times they've been lucky and they get the offer letters. We'll move forward. When we talk about the professional life in education, and we talk about a newly qualified graduate person moving from that country to this country, so what were the difficulties you have faced in linguistics or in social life? Because obviously when we talk about integration, so there is always a difficulties, because there are linguistic barriers, there are some social barriers.
Always, yes. Language barrier was always there. Cultural barrier was always there. But for me, the challenge was to push those girls for higher education. At that time, the girls, they don't have any ambition for higher educations. The reasons, no, the parents wouldn't allow them to go for higher educations. And that was my target, to push them for higher education.
And in terms of journalism, how you moved to this profession?
Oh, that was very interesting. Right. As I told you, when I came here, I was very bored, and I was in city center, and I was approached by Mr. Mumtaz Ahmed Chaudhry. And he talked to me, asked me, are you new in this city? I said, yes, I am. And he just asked me a few questions. And then he introduced me with his family, very nice. And they are just like my brothers and sisters, thanks God. Very lovely family I met at that time. And then he mentioned, Radio Sheffield is looking for a presenter. If you are interested, you can come and we can have audition. I said, yes, of course, I am free. And then I went to Radio Sheffield. There was an executive committee at that time. So they did my audition. Dr. Admani was the chair of that committee, and he was so pleased they got a presenter. I was very confident. I don't know how, but I was very confident when I went there, did my audition.
So what was the name of that time, your show?
That show was called Majlis. It's only half an hour program.
And it was in Urdu, or it was in English?
It was in Urdu.
Okay.
And then they decided, okay, within half an hour, tell us, Iffat, what you want to do. So I think, okay, that is a very good platform for me. So I used that platform to educate women, to empower them, to raise their awareness. And believe me, it was so hard. It wasn't that easy job. I faced so many challenges. In my live program, I was doing a live show, and I had a caller, and he said, don't spoil our ladies.
So that was the...
Exactly, big challenge for me, but I didn't give up. I said, I will carry on. Education doesn't mean you have to read English, science, and maths books. Education means you have to raise your awareness.
Exactly.
And then I carry on, and Alhamdulillah, I am successful. And now, at that time, A-level girls, hardly 3 or 4 girls, they go for higher education. And now, all my students, they go for higher education.
When you joined BBC Sheffield, So have you attended any trainings, any further qualifications?
There is, yes, training program. Yes, we did attend some training programs. I didn't have any qualifications. I never ever think about to become a presenter. It was a coincidence. Yes, we did get some, and still, it is, continuous development, training programs. We do attend
Any
those
incident
trainings.
you want to share with our viewers, because everybody has some interesting incident in their professional life you want to share with our viewers?
Right, it's not in Radio Sheffield, but as a magistrate, I can share.
Okay, that's quite interesting.
Right, first of all, I will tell you how I involve. Right, I was in magistrate court to cover a conference. It was ethnic minority conference, and I interviewed the chief clerk. And I asked the question, okay, how many magistrates you have, Asian magistrate? He said, we have 4 men, but no lady magistrates. And he offered me, if you are interested, please, you can come and apply for that. That was the only interview, Nazir, I have given for my magistrate, and luckily I was appointed. And the first case which I have in the court was about 2 Pakistani women.
Okay.
I was shocked. Pakistani lady, and the charge was assault on a police officer. I was very shocked and very surprised. Okay, why a lady, they can't speak English, they can't go out, they have no confidence, and how they can assault a police officer? And the background was that on a roadside, they were just talking and then disputing and then just arguing with each other, and police officer was passing, and he just stopped his car, talked to them, touched them. As soon as he touched the ladies, attack on the police officer. Why you touch us? The background was that they were from the frontier side,
okay,
from Peshawar, and that in their cultures no strange person can touch them. But again, anyway, they have to follow the rules in this country. They are living here. So this was the interesting case, I will say,
So what was the outcome of that case?
Then we decided to just give them some community service, because it's a very serious offense of charge. And the message for the ladies is that, okay, right, you should have awareness if you are here, what you should do, what you shouldn't do.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
So we move forward for about your magistrate career. So to become a magistrate, because for our viewers' interest, if somebody wants to qualify or become a magistrate, what is the criteria? Quickly,
criteria must be okay. Right. There is no criteria. Okay, no specific education. Right. Anyone can become a magistrate if you are over 18. The main skill you should have is decision making. That is a more important skill you must have. Or obviously, you are a good speaker as well. That's the only thing I think they should consider. And the time factor as well. If you think you can't spare that much time for court sitting, that's fine.
And how you see as a magistrate, especially the crime rate and society's main issues at the moment, how you see and what are their quick solutions?
Right. Crime rate, they are not as bad as previously. Now, no one is born as a criminal, Nazir. Okay, it's your circumstances that make you so. Usually, we have in court, the youngster, they are like involved in drugs, mostly, the crimes, and speeding. That's the most popular crimes they are facing, and I will advise them, right, okay, especially parents, they should keep an eye on their children. They should know where they go, what they do, how they spend their times, who are their friends. These sorts of things, they are very, very important.
And what is your other roles in society? I know you have done a lot of charity work, so if you want to share your experience about the charitable projects
at the moment,
experience.
I am with two charities. Okay, one is Rotary International and the one is Optimist International, which is the women organizations. And through those charities, I am helping the education, especially in Pakistan. Pakistan in Karachi, Thar. So I am helping the girls, who just want to get educations. I think one teacher, just one book and one pen can change their life. So I just want to provide those things to those students who don't have those sources in Pakistan. They sit on floors, they don't have anything to write. We are very lucky here. The kids, they are very, very lucky. They have too many resources. They have support here. Still, they don't go for higher educations. But look at Pakistan. They don't have any light. Even they read under a candlelight, street light lamps. They read outside the street, and so difficult for them. Another thing in Pakistan, which I noticed, the difference is that teaching is very good teaching. They are doing tremendous job. Resources, yes, lack of resources, lack of technologies there. Main things, they don't have any support in terms of their career. They don't have career support.
What is your message to parents, especially whose children are going to school and difficult? Sometimes some parents face difficult times if children are not doing very good in educational career, or if their children some have behavior problem. So what is your message for those
My
parents?
message is, first of all, is the communication. Right? Communication with schools, that is very, very important. They must attend the parents' evening. If they attend parents' evening, they should know exactly what is the problem. And then they should have integration with the children. When they come home, they should ask, okay, tell us about your school, what you did today. These sorts of things. So I think, there is a lack of communication with the parents and the children and with the teachers. And they should educate their children, especially, I would say, the girls. They should educate girls. If they educate one girl, they will educate the whole family.
So education is the key.
Education is the key point. It is very, very important for me.
And in this age, the media has made a lot of progress now, social media, Twitter, radio, TV, and many other modes. So as a teacher, as a magistrate, as a journalist, how you see these developments?
I think there's a lot of development now. Okay, alhamdulillah, as I told you, right, 30 years ago, right, there was no awareness, no higher educations, but now, alhamdulillah, girls, especially, I will talk about girls because I'm always talk about girls' educations. They are doing their educations, they are performing very good, okay, they are gaining good results, their achievement is very good, going for different courses. My students, as compared to 30 years ago, they are dentists, they are doctors, they are in nursing professions, teaching professions, in law, radiographers, in all sorts of professions, girls, and I am so pleased. Whatever they want to achieve, they did.
We are proceeding towards the end of the program. So what is your quick message?
My quick message, again, for the parents, please educate your children, especially girls. And for the children, okay, respect your elders, be happy. And we do have some problems at the moment here, right? British Muslims, they are facing some problems. Don't bring those problems on your footsteps or doorsteps. And just get your educations. If you want a career, do some work experience. And work experience is very, very important for any career or any job.
Thank you, Iffat. Viewers, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Our aim is to introduce personalities and the individuals who have achieved in their life. And if you want to join my show, you can send your CVs. And if you have achieved something amazing, why not you become the part of my show and join me, Guest with Nazir. Thank you for watching.